Hey there. So, in today's video, I want to speak to you a little bit about the nervous system, and this this concept is going to tie in into many other aspects of gang stalking. This is actually one of the most important things you need to understand if you want to understand how gang stalking makes you feel that there is direct energy weapons or ghosts. So, have you ever had the experience where you just close your eyes and imagine yourself like running or throwing a ball or lifting a leg or something, and you actually feel as if like you feel that, yeah, your muscles kind of fire up. You feel the action potential building up in your muscles. So for example, right now, just imagine, without actually moving your tongue, imagine moving your tongue to the left, now to the right, now up, and now in circles. So it feels almost like there's like a phantom tongue, right? So this is exactly what I want to talk about now, is that when you are under a lot of anxiety, gang stalking produces distance in between your consciousness and your nervous system. So your nervous system disassociates from you because you're feeling so much anxiety that it could make things a lot worse. So it kind of separates itself from you, from a psychological standpoint. So then the problem is that whenever it's separated from you, it starts expressing all the anxiety on its own. And going back to the tongue is something that we're just, when you're busy doing other things, you're really not focused on the position of your tongue or anything like that. So you are really unaware of where your tongue is, or if it's relaxed on the bottom of your mouth, or if it's pressing on the roof of your mouth. You just don't know. So a lot of people who are getting gang stalked, they believe that gang stalkers have control over your tongue movements, because that sensation that I just made you feel when moving your tongue left and right. You feel that, but it's out of your control. So it feels almost like a phantom tongue, or if someone has control of your tongue, because you don't have direct control over those sensations. What it truly is, it's that your nervous system has disassociated itself from you, and now it's expressing that anxiety in its own way. And in one way it can express it is by actually, since you're not aware of your tongue, when you're busy, your tongue on its own your nervous system will grab your tongue, and then will begin expressing anxiety with it. So it's gonna be causing unconscious movements, where it starts producing unconscious movements, where it begins pushing your tongue against your teeth with a lot of pressure, and this will cause you pain, and you're not even going to be aware of how the hell why are you having these pains on your throat. And the reason is because your tongue has been doing things without your permission. So this is actually very, very typical that TIs actually interpret this as someone controlling their tongue, because they have no direct control over it. If you relax your tongue, it will start moving on its own, and that is because your nervous system is doing that to release tension. It is not because someone has control of it. Now, tying from this concept of the nervous system doing things on its own, this same concept applies to your entire body. So your entire nervous system is kind of separated from you. It's still connected to you, and that is the reason that you began feeling all these painful sensations. It's because your nervous system is expressing its sensations or anxiety in ways that it doesn't really understand. So it has to create these illusions of pain in ways that it's expressing pain. It's really expressing pain. It's expressing anxiety, and your body expresses anxiety by making you feel phantom pains. Now, psychological anxiety, now that is how your body expresses psychological pain or anxiety by producing voices in your head. So it is all derived from anxiety. So just as the nervous system works by producing phantom pains, your psychological being, your consciousness will produce voices, and it will produce narratives to express anxiety. So now, all those phantom pains or phantom movements, when you are in control of them, I like to call them your spirit, because it's kind of like a spiritual version of you that you have control over. But Gangstalking takes your control and gives it its own voice. Quite literally, gives it its own voice. It gives it its own movements, and that's why people feel that there is some voice to skull, whatever. But it's not that. There's no technology involved, but it feels like it, because you lose control over your nervous system. You lose control over your senses, and your senses begin expressing anxiety by having hallucinations. I'm stopping here today for this. I'm gonna talk about other similar aspects of your spirit. So that's what I will mean with spirit in the future. All right, I'm gonna do another video just covering the spirit theme. All right, bye. Thank you.